Hello, our most valued student. My name is Confident. Welcome to the review of the memorandum discussion of the Mathematics N3 paper, and this paper was written on the 1st of July 2022. I did a quick review in my previous video just to give you kind of an insight what the paper was about, but today I'm now looking or diving deeper into each and every question, and we're going to go through each question and look at what would have been the suggested answers in that. So this is going to be in 3 parts. I'm going to do the first 2 videos, which is question 1 and 2. Then I'll do the question 3 and 4 as well as question 5 and 6. So I just want to encourage you, if ever you want to follow up on these videos, to subscribe to the channel and ensure that the notification bell is turned on so that you can be notified every time there's a new video. I just don't want you to lose on these, and most of these videos are always available. They start with Prime members, and then most of the time I end up posting them on the main channel. So let's look at this question. And as I said, we have already done the part where in the review I looked at the important part of instructions and all that stuff. So we are going to quickly go through our first question, which is question number 1. Question 1, it says factorize. So look at this question here. It says 1.1, factorize the following completely and where necessary, and then says simplify your answer, simplify the answer. So don't leave your answer not simplified. So let's look at this. What are we given here? We are given 4, and then we have got square root of a minus 8b plus 6x square root of a minus 12bx. Alright, so I'm trying to understand in a way to say, what was the examiner trying to bring in here? They were trying to test your skills of what? Of factorization. Okay, so that's what you actually tested on here. The question is, can you factorize? So okay, you are given this. The first part for you identify is to ask yourself which what is common, because factorization is about common terms. First of all, you ask yourself, how many terms are we given? If you can see here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. When it's 4 terms, you can apply the part of grouping. We call it factorizing by grouping, where you open 2 brackets. You ask yourself what is common in the first 2 and what is common in the last 2. So in this one, you can see it's only 4 and 8. There is nothing else, square root of a and b. So avoid only numbers. So what it means is, if there is nothing common when you're grouping them like that, you need to rearrange them in such a way that you are bringing common things together. For example, I can bring in these 2 are common. What is common actually is square root of a, square root of a. See that? I can bring it together, and then here the b and the b. I'm looking at the b. So when I'm rearranging this, what I will have is 4 square root of a. Now you move it with the sign, it's plus 6x. This is one thing. Square root of a is considered as 1 because the multiplication sign means it moves as 1. And then the 8b is negative 8b, negative 12bx. Then you can do what I was saying to say, consider your first 2 and consider your last 2, something like that. So those are the brackets that you are looking at. So what is common in the first 2? You can see that there is square root of a. And then also, don't forget the numbers. Actually, first look at the number 4 and 6. What is common is what? Is 2. So you take out 2 because 2 can go into 4 and 2 can go into 6. And then you take out that square root of a. So what we're simply doing is like we're dividing 2 into 4. It's 2 square root of a, square root of a. So the answer there will become like a 2. Plus again 2 into 6 is 3. And then square root of a, square root of a, it would be 2 plus x. I hope you saw what I'm doing. So that's what I'll be doing whenever I am dividing. So I'm saying you open the bracket, 2 into 4 it's 2. Remember, square root of a cancelled, and then plus 2 into 6 it's 3. It was actually 2 into 6 is 3x. So that's what I'm getting. So I need to get a similar bracket in the next one. So, but for now, just put a plus, and then when you say plus, ask yourself what's common between 8b and 12bx. You can see 8 and 12. Which number goes into 8 and 12? The highest number, the highest factor. It's 4. So I can take out 4 here, because 4 can go into 8 2 times, and 4 can go into 12 3 times. And then the b is also common. As you can see, I've got a b there and a b. So as I said previously, it's as if you're dividing. So you'll have 4 into 8, you get your 2, b will cancel the b. 4 into 12, it's 3, and b will cancel the b to get the x. Don't worry with the sign. I was just trying to show you for now that you are getting, just look at this. I'm getting a what? A 2 and 3x, which is the 2 and 3x. That's what you need to get. You need something that is similar. So don't worry with the signs, they will just come into shape. So let's look at this. Plus, but we're saying 4 into minus 8, it's negative. Okay, negative 2. And then again, minus 4 into negative 12, it's minus 3. The b cancels, and then you've got the x like that. Just don't want to take too much time here because of time. Look at this. The first bracket, it's 2 plus 3x, but the second bracket is minus. So what you do is you take out the negative sign. When you take out the negative, what you have inside the brackets, you interchange the signs. That's what you're doing. So when you take out the negative, which what you're doing is square root of a, we have got 2 plus 3x. Now when you take out a negative, this negative will affect that positive to become a negative. So it's now minus 4b. Now inside the bracket, you interchange. Negative 2 become 2. Negative 3x become positive 3x. You see that? Why? I wanted to match it like that. So you can write it now as 2 plus 3x. And then you have got 2 square root of a minus 4b. Actually, just to see, I'm recognizing that I still have a 2 and a 4 there. There is something common. So what I'm going to do, let me start with this bracket first, like this. Still the same, it doesn't matter which bracket you start with, whether you are starting with the outside bracket, which is 2 root a minus 4, still the same, it doesn't matter. Alright, so why am I doing it? Because I see that I can take out a 2 into 2 root a, it's root a, minus 2 into 4, it's 2b. I see that, then I've got 2 plus 3x. So this is kind of the full factorization of that. So when you expand this, it must, when you multiply all this, it must take you to the back to the original. Okay, so that is that. So that's the first question. They wanted you to factorize. That's why they say it here, factorize completely when necessary, simplify the answer. You see, they wanted you to go further and simplify. So you need just to be careful of such. Alright, so let's look at the next question. I'm done with the first one. We are now looking at question 1.2. Given f of x is equal to that, determine the remainder. So we're looking at the what? This is the remainder theorem now. The remainder if what? F of x is divided by that. So what we have, we are told that f of x is divided by 2x. 2x. It's 2x plus 1. So what you do such things is you recognize that, or the first thing that you need to do is to equate that to 0. You just say 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, so that you can solve for x. You've got 2x is equal to positive 1 become negative 1. You divide by 2. Then you've got your x is equal to minus 1 over 2. Very important step. They'll give you a mark for that. They will mark you for that. What are you saying? They are saying given that f of x is this thing, then determine the remainder. How many marks was this? 3 marks. It was just a given. the remainder. So what you do is you're going to take this f of x. I'm going to write it down also here to say my f of x is equal to x cubed plus 4x squared minus x plus 3. Okay, so I've got my f of x. Now with this f of x having been given here, the question is what's next? Remember, I know what is my x. My x is negative half, so I'm going to then take this negative half and substitute it there. So wherever there is an x, you put a negative half. So which means f of minus 1 over 2 is equal to bracket, always put a bracket, minus 1 over 2 what? Cubed, you see what I'm doing? Plus 4 minus 1 over 2 what? Squared, minus bracket minus 1 over 2 plus 3. Then your calculator is the one that will do everything. You don't have to worry how you come about, so you just have to rely on your calculator in this stage. Alright, so if you solve this, what we're gonna have is bracket negative 1 fraction negative 1 over 2 what? Cubed plus 4 bracket negative 1 over 2, and we've got squared, am I right? Minus bracket negative fraction 1 over 2, I'm saying that plus 3. So it's just a matter of you substituting. The only error you can make is for you to enter this wrongly in the calculator. You're getting 35 over 8, which can be 4,375 is 35 over 8, which is equal to 4,375. So the question was determine the what? The remainder. Then you can conclude and say remainder is equal to 35 over 8. So that's the question. That's what the question wanted. But don't forget, it's 3 marks. It's not complicated. I repeat, it's a matter of you first equating that the divisor, equate it to 0 so that you can solve for x. After solving for x, you substitute into the equation, and then there we go. The answer just comes out like that. Alright, so let's erase this and move on to the next one. Now, question what? Question 1.3. It's what? 2 marks, the first one. It says here, simplify the following, and I need to simplify the following. 1.3.1, that's what I'm dealing with here. It says what? It's how many marks? This is 2 marks, so it mustn't be too long. Look at this. It says 2 dot 3 to the power of 2x plus 3 to the power of x, 3 to the power of what? Of x. I just have to write my x properly there. 3 to the power of x minus 3, and then this is all over 3 to the power of x minus 1. Just have to be sensitive and careful when you're writing it so that you don't miss anything. Look at this. It's just 2 marks. I need to simplify this, so which means I don't want to spend a lot of time on here. Now, there's the key. If you're given, look at the powers and the exponents. I'm given what? A 3 here. Take note. I'm given a 3. Let me come back again. I think I missed out something here. It's 2 plus 3 to the power 2x plus 3 minus that. Yes, it's correct. Now, what must you take out from here? There is a hint. The hint here is that you are going to do factorization. Alright? And this is a quadratic. It's quadratic in nature. I don't know why they gave it so much, few marks, but this thing is quadratic. And you are going to use what is called the K method. That's another part. We're going to use the K method. What am I saying? This is what I'm saying. Now look, if I say to you 3 to the power of x dot 3 to the power of x, using the laws of exponents, the base is the same, is 3 to the power of what? X plus x. You add the exponents, which is equal to 3x plus x is 2x. See that? That is that. Are you with me? So I'm going to write 3 to the power 2x in terms of that form. Are you seeing what I'm doing? So that's what I'm going to be doing there, like this. So if I write this, I'm going to have, let me just bring it a bit further here. So what I'm going to have 2 dot 3 exponent x dot 3 exponent x. Remember, I'm taking it from here, plus 3 exponent x minus 3 all over 3 exponent x minus 1. That's what I'm doing there. And then that's where I'm going to say let here k be equal to 3 exponent x. See, that's why it's called the k method. So where there is 3 exponent x, you put k. Here you put k. There you put k. There you put k. That's what I'll be doing. Are you with me? So let's do that. I'm just undoing it so that you can understand the next step. So it to be equal to 2 dot k dot k, and then plus k minus 3 over k minus 1. Do you see that? It's continuing now, which is equal to, now k times k, it's what? 2k squared plus k minus 3 over k minus 1. Now it's up to you how you are going to be solving this, because this is where now you need to understand what the product sum method, But if you are familiar with the product sum method, you need to factorize that. It will be 2k squared, and the product here is equal to negative 6k squared, and the sum is equal to plus k, because this is factorization, and the factors are the factors of what? These are the factors of the product, which is of 6, which is 2 and 3. But now I'm looking for, in this case, I'm looking for a positive, so which means here it's negative and here it's positive. So it's like that. So I can write this as 2k squared minus 2k plus 3k, seeing that, minus 3 over k minus 1. As I said, you need to know how to factorize that. So you've got 2k squared, and then actually this is where you need to factorize now. Here you need to know how to factorize this. The first 2k is common, and then it's k minus 1 plus 3 common. You've got k minus 1 over k minus 1, and then this is equal to k minus 1 and 2k plus 3 over k minus 1. You see all that? Then that's where it wanted actually to lead to, so that this will go, and what you have got 2k plus 3. Are you seeing that? So the answer is 2k plus 3. But you come back to say, you said let k be 3x. Remember that. You come back and remind yourself to say, we just said let k be equal to 3 exponent x. So what is your final answer? It will be equal to 2 dot, because it's 2 times k, which is 3 exponent x plus 3. That is the end. Don't start to factorize that. It's not. There's nothing common there. Leave it like that. So the answer is 2 times 3 exponent x plus 3. It's 2 marks. As I say, I feel like they were a bit stingy here because of the amount of work that was involved. But anyway, it's still worth you getting all your marks, you know. So don't despair, don't lose hope. You just need to I'll say just be strong, you know, just be strong. I know some students, they feel kind of cheated. That's what they usually say. It's an unfair question to say why such low marks. Okay, look at this one. So that was that 1.3.2. now it becomes 6 marks, which means you don't want to find yourself lacking here. So let's do this. It's what? Again, it uses the product sum, and it's if I can write it from here just to give enough space, one at a time. So it's what? X squared plus x minus 2 over 6 minus 3x divided by, just do it one step at a time, and then it's x plus 2 over, we have got x squared minus 3x plus 2. Just to give you a heads up, they don't just give you things that are not related. Everything that they give you, there's always something related to it. 9 over x squared minus 2x plus 1. Just remember, these examiners, they have already done this question. They already know what they want as the outcome, so they will never give you something that doesn't make sense. So already what they're giving you already has been tested. Are you with me? They have already tried it. So let's do it. Now, as I say, you need to know how to do the product sum method, meaning guys, at this stage you need to know how to factorize. But I've got quite a number of videos that I show you how to factorize using the product sum method, but because of time here, I'm going to be doing the quick factorization. So in here, this is equal to factorize the top one, that is x squared plus x minus 2. You have got here your x, and you have got here your x, and we are looking at which is plus 2 minus 1. How I did it? Product sum method. Some, they can actually spot the answer like that. Look at, if I can open this bracket, x times x is x squared, x times look at the first one and the last one. 2 times minus 1 is negative 2. Then 2x minus x is positive x. You need to know how to factorize that, right? Over, if you look at this one, I need to factorize this. This is 6 minus 3x. 3 is common here, so it will be 3 into 6. It's 2 minus, and then 3 into 3x is 2 minus x, right? Divided by, let's maintain the division sign for now. I've got x plus 2 over, again, I need to factorize that. Open the bracket, use the product sum. So you've got x. Now I'm looking for the factors of 2 again, which is x minus 2, and here it's x minus 1. That's repeats. Over, 9 over, again, product sum method. Here it's x minus 1. Again, here it's x minus 1. So these are the factorizations that I've been doing. But guys, it was simplified ones. I don't know why they made it 6 marks, but they were kind of tricking you on, do you know how to factorize that, that, and that? That's where the key was. Well, I can't say much there, but it was those 3. And then the next part is for you to focus on this. Remember, if it's a division, what do? You convert it to a what? To a multiplication. So you're going to have x plus 2 and x minus 1 over 3, 2 minus x. Then you say times. When you say times, you invert this fraction. The top, you invert it, like this goes to the top and the top goes to the bottom. That's what happens. Okay, so what happens, I'm saying, is at the bottom now you will have your x plus 2, but at the top you'll have your x minus 2 and your x minus 1. That's the effect, or the reason of that times. And then here you multiply 9 over x minus 1 and x minus 1. Then you can cancel out what needs to be cancelled out. Now you look at it and say there is an x plus 2 there. There is an x minus 1 and another x minus 1. So far so good. And what else am I having? I've got a 3. Look at this. I've got a 3 into 9. It goes 3 times. So what am I having? This is remaining, that is remaining, and that is remaining. So my answer therefore become start with the number 3 bracket x minus 2 over 2 minus x. Right. Be careful with such. Be careful with such. Don't think. Let's look at the question. The question was what? The question was simplify the following. You might think this is the end, but actually look at this. If I can write it like this, 3 x minus 2 over, I just want to take out or factorize a negative. What does it mean when you say factorize a negative? It means when you put a negative sign, the signs interchange. So 2 becomes negative 2, negative x become positive x. You see? Now I want to rearrange it. It will be 3 x minus 2. That's where they wanted to catch you there. Now it's minus bracket. I start with x. It will be x minus 2. Do you see now what I mean? Therefore, this was also going off. But there is minus. What's the hidden number? There is minus 1. So the answer therefore becomes negative 3. That then becomes your final answer. So can you check it out? Can you test it that it becomes minus 3? Yes. What you do is come here and choose any value of x. Let's make it x is equal to, let's say, choose any number. Let's say 7. Let's make x equal to 7. Don't use just use a single digit number, but funny numbers like 5, 7, 9, and then you enter it there. So when you see x squared, you are going to say what? 7 squared plus 7 minus 2, then you're saying over 6 minus 3 times 7. I think that divided by fraction again, and then it's 7 plus 2 over 7 squared minus 3 times 7 plus 2. And then you're going to say times again 9 over, it's 7 squared minus 2 times 7 plus 1. Remember we got minus 3. So if I say equal to, you see it giving me minus 3. It doesn't matter whatever number, it will always simplify to that. When you see such matching, you are actually correct. So that is how you solve that. Guys, it's 14 marks. I think it was good for you grabbing that. It's 6 marks. I don't know why they made it, but anyway, it's fine. I feel like they should have divided or distributed these marks to say 4, 4, so that 1.3.1 also can have better marks. Alright, anyway, that is that. Let's look at the next question here. We've been actually, let me remove this part. We've dealt with that, and I think we've dealt with that. Let's look at the next one. It's question 2. As I said, I'm just going to do 2 questions, question 1 and question 2, and then focus on the other 2, and then lastly on the other 2. There are 6 questions. This is 6 marks. It might mean a bit of working there. 2.1, what does it say? Solve for x. So these are equations the following. The good thing with equations is you can always test them. So what is that? So that's this one now. Says log, and then square root of 1 minus x, alright, minus log x plus 1 is equal to 0. So when you're solving this part, you know, it's based in principle. Just to remind you here, look at this. If I say to you log in base 10 of 5 is equal to x. Okay, actually is equal to x. Yes, let's use that. How do I find how do I express this as exponents? It's 10 to the power of x is equal to 5. Remember this. It's 10 to the power of x equal to 5. But what if I had log base 10 of 5 is equal to log base 10 of x? Now, how do I do the same thing that I did here? Instead of x is log 10. So I'll say 10 to the power, the x now is all of that. 10 to the power log base 10 of x. See that? Is equal to 5. That's what it means. But if you take a calculator and say to yourself, what is, for example, 10 to the power of log base 10, let's say I choose 7. You see, it becomes that number 7. So if I've got an exponent, a base with a log of the same base as that base, if they are matching, you get that number. I can choose or change, make it 57. I get 57. So what it means is, when I have got log, what it simply means here, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say when you've got log 5 and log base 10, it's as if you are cancelling that log. Then you can say 5 is equal to x, but you don't cancel out. You don't cancel, because you can't cancel those logs when there is a 5 and an x. What you do is say, therefore, if log base 10 and log base 10 the same basis, therefore 5 is equal to x. You remember in equations of exponents, if it's 10 to the power of x is equal to 10 to the power of 2, same base, you say therefore x is equal to 2. You don't start cancelling like that. No, you just conclude. Same thing here. That's what we're going to do. Let me not erase, let me use that as a reference. So take minus to the other side of the equal sign, so that you are going to have log square root of 1 minus x is equal to log what? X plus 1. It was negative, is positive. Now, as I told you, it's log, it's log. You don't cancel though. You don't do that. You can say therefore square root of 1 minus x is equal to, in brackets also, x plus 1. That is equal to that. Are you seeing that? You just drop the logs. You just drop the logs. But how do you simplify now this? If there is a square root sign, the way to simplify is to square. But what you do on the left, you also do on the right. You square both sides. Don't forget the bracket, which is equal to, now that square root and the square, you get what is inside. 1 minus x is equal to x plus 1 squared. What does x plus 1 squared means? It means there are two of them. It's x plus 1, x plus 1. Avoid to say this thing, avoid the error to say this thing you take in and you take in is same as x squared plus 1 squared. Avoid that. Avoid that. Don't be tempted there. Alright. So it's x plus 1, x plus 1. Then you are going to use the FOIL method to take that in and to open up those brackets. That's what it simply means. Okay. So you're going to say 1 minus x is equal to x squared plus x plus x plus 1. Why am I having two equal signs? These are supposed to be errors. I cannot have two equal signs. Okay. Then now collect everything, take everything to the other side of the equal sign, so that you've got a quadratic equation. So 0 is equal to x squared plus 2x, right? Negative x is plus x plus 1 minus 1, where you can see this one goes off. Okay, so what do we have? Therefore x squared plus 3x is equal to 0. Then take out x, which is x plus 3 equal to 0. Either x is equal to 0 or x plus 3 is the one that is equal to 0. I think that. So if I do that, I'm gonna have, now I've got the answer here already. X is equal to 0, or take that to the other side, or x is equal to negative 3. Those are my two values of x. X is equal to 0 or x is equal to negative 3. So I can come here, test the answer. Whenever I put where there is x, if I put 0 here, or I put negative 3, I must get a 0. So let's look at this. Start with the first one. Log square root of 1 minus x is 0, remember? And then minus log bracket, or there is a bracket already, which is 0 plus 1 equal to, I'm getting a 0. The other one was minus what? It was minus 3. So let's do that. Where there is that, say negative 3, and then you say negative 3 equal to, see, I'm getting an error here. When you say x equal to negative 3, I'm getting an error. So which means you come here on the answer, you said x is equal to 0, then you just simply say x cannot be equal to negative 3, because when it becomes negative 3, it's undefined. You cannot get the log of a negative. Alright, so that was that. Guys, I hope this does make sense to you. We're now looking at 2.1.2, and how many marks? 4 marks. That question. So let's clear up some space here so that we can do some working. So there we go. I hope, guys, this makes sense and you guys are benefiting. And as I said, it will always be good, guys, to kind of teach you. I do hold some lessons, usually some revision lessons that I bring with students, and usually towards your exams there is some boot camps that I have, and I'll encourage you to do that. Check them out, always on our website. At the end of this video there is a website, keep checking it out. All right, next question. 5 over square root of x, is it making sense, minus square root of x is equal to square root of what? X plus 2. 4 marks. It looked even more complicated than the first one, but anyway, is that solve for x. Remember, solve for x. Simple thing is, how do you get rid first of those square roots, or how do you get rid of this fraction? That's the, to me, that's the enemy. So let me do this and try to separate these things in a way that makes me be able to work them out. Let's say I've got these like this. Okay, I just want, yeah, like this. I just want to bring it far from each other, that's all, nothing else. Don't know why it doesn't want to come all to there it is. So look at this. I've got this and I need to kind of get rid of that fraction first. So you multiply by that square root of x. It's more like you're saying over 1. Even here you multiply by square root of x. That's why I needed space. Even here you multiply by square root of x. Why? What you do on the left you do on the right, but each side we have got a negative here, so you must also apply that square root of x. So what we have is something that does that, which is 5 minus square root of x dot square root of x is equal to square root of x dot square root of x plus 2. See what I'm having now? Square root of x times square root of x is x. So 5 minus x, you can just test it. Just say square root of 5 times square root of 5. You'll just get 5. I think that. And also I want to test this, square root of x dot square root of x plus 2. If I say to you square root of let's say square root of 3 times square root of 5, you'll see what it says. It says square root of 15. So what it does is it multiplies 3 times 5. So even here it will be 5 minus x is equal to square root of x times x plus 2. It multiplies everything under the square root. Are you seeing that? Then when you've done that, you can see that you need to get rid of this square root here, and you put a square like what you did previously. So what you have, remember, when it's a square like this, it means it's 5 minus x in bracket another 5 minus x. Always remember that. Students usually say 5 squared minus x squared only. That's wrong. Is equal to x, and we have got x plus 2. Making sense, guys? Open the bracket, FOIL method. You are here, and you are there, you are there, and you are there. Then even this one, it goes there, and it goes there. So let's open the bracket. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times minus x is negative 5x. Alright, negative x times 5 is negative 5x. And then the next one is negative x is positive x squared is equal to x times x, which is x squared, x times 2 plus 2x. So that's what we have. The next part that we need to do is to simplify this, collect like terms and bring them closer together. So here we have got what? 25 minus 5 is negative 10x. You can use a calculator. Minus 5x is common here. You can add it up. And then bring this also there, which is negative 2x. Then plus x squared. Bring that one there, minus x squared. And then it becomes 0. Then look at this. X squared minus x squared. You see that? Maybe I didn't need to bring everything there, but it's fine. So you've got 25 minus 10 minus 2 is negative 12x is equal to 0. Let's take now x to the other side, which is 25 is equal to positive 12x. How do you remain with x? Divide by 12 on both sides. Then we have got our x to say x is 25 over 12. That's it. X is 25 over 12. So what I'm going to do, I can take this here. Let me just duplicate this. Remember, my x is 25 over 12. Bring it here and say, okay, if I've got my x as 25 over 12 here, can't I test that with the calculator? You can. So what you do is you start with the left hand side. You are going to say 5 over square root of fraction x is what? 25 over 12. Remember that. And then it's what? It's minus. Be careful how you do that. You see how I did that? Minus square root of what? X, which is what? 25 over 12. You get the one side of it. I'm getting 7 root 3 over 6. So on the this side, I'm getting 7 root 3 over 6. Let me do 7 root 3 over 6. That's what I'm getting, equal to, I must get, let's see what I'm getting on the other side. X is what? Square root of fraction 25 over what? 12 plus 2 equal to 7 root 3 over 6. So it's 7 root 3 over 6. What does it say? Left hand side equal to right hand side. My answer is correct. Equations, you can always test them. Always test your equations. Don't be over confident about your answers to a point that you don't want to test them. To me, actually, it's a sign of fear. If you can't test your answers, it means you are afraid you might be wrong. So always test your answers. All right. Next question, guys. That is the last one for this part. That is question number 2.2. Simplify the following. It's 5 marks, so it's got a bit of marks, and it's exponents. I don't know why this exponents is exponents reloaded, this one, but not difficult. You needed just to know what you're doing. Look, 2.9 exponent x plus 6 dot 3 exponent 2x minus 1, and then we've got all over 4.81 to the exponent x, and then this thing to the power 1 over 2x. Looks like a mouthful of something, but anyway, it's not complicated, trust me. It just needed you to know how to approach this. Let's do a few things. Housekeeping. What are the housekeeping rules here? Just check what is the examiner trying to test you. He's trying to test you. First thing is, what do you take out of that 9? What do you take out of that what? 81, because they are the ones with the power. 9x, 9 to the exponent x, 81 to the exponent x, and 3 to the exponent of 2x minus 1. What are you taking out from these? That's what the examiner is trying to say. It means you need to express these in terms of 3. See, the smallest base is already 3, so the hint is already given. Express everything that can be expressed in terms of 3. And also, you can use this rule here to say, if we are given a to the exponent m plus n is equal to a, remember the laws of exponents, you're going to use this one, is equal to a to the exponent n dot a to the exponent m. N and m. Remember this law. This law is very important. We're going to apply it. It's how you split the plus. Usually it's given like this. A exponent m times a exponent n is equal to a exponent m plus n. So I'm reading it this way. That's what I'm getting in here. Okay, so we're going to use it here. Are you seeing that? But let me not get ahead of myself. Let's start by expressing everything in terms of what? In terms of 3. So this is equal to 2.9 becomes what? 3 to the exponent 2. It will be 2x now, plus 6 dot, I can actually go ahead and split that. This now I'm applying this rule to say 2x minus 1, it would be 3 to the exponent 2x dot 3 to the exponent negative 1. Do you see now what I was hinting at to say we are going to use it that version? And then I'll divide by 4.81. I think is 3 to the power of what? I think it's 3 to the power of 4. The it is 81. But I don't want to use 3 to the power 4. Okay, look at this now. That's where they wanted to trick me here. I see them already. I picked that up. So 81 to the power x is equal to 3 to the power 4x. But I'm interested in seeing things cancelling out. If I have 4, but look now, I've got 2x, which is good. I've got 2x, which is good. Can I get 2x from that 4x? I can. So this is 3 to the exponent 2x plus 2x, because 2x plus 2x is what? Is 4, which is 3 to the exponent 2x dot 3 to the exponent 2x. So what you do is you further split this like we did on the 2x minus 1. Are you seeing that? So you can actually come here and conclude that 81 is 3 to the exponent 2x dot 3 to the exponent 2x. Look, we have made everything in terms of, or whatever it is, to become 2x, 2x, 2x. Let's not forget our overall exponent like this. Very important part. Guys, are you Are you following? Is it making sense? Is it making sense? I hope so. Let's focus now. You can, because of the plus sign, this plus sign, I'm able to factorize. Take that is common. We can actually take a few things that are common here. Look at this. Start with 2 and 6. 2 is common. 3 to the exponent x, 3 to the exponent x. Those things are common. So I'm going to take out first what? I'm going to take out 2 first. And then dot 3 to the power of 2x. Remember, when you're taking out, it's like you are cancelling that. And you are cancelling that. You'll be left with 1 there. And then again, 2 into 6 is 3. That with that, you'll be left with that. So that is what you're doing whenever you are dividing. Picture yourself cancelling. So 2.3x into 2.3x is 1 plus 2 into 6 is 3. 3x. So it's dot. And then we are left with 3 to the power negative 1. Then you've got all over 4 dot 3 to the exponent 2x dot 3 to the exponent 2x. We have done much of the heavy lifting here. I mustn't forget that. But we have done much here. It's 5 marks. Don't know why. But it's still continuing well. Let's do this. Cancel out what you don't want. Look at this. 2 there into 4. You get 2. 3 exponent 2x, 3 exponent 2x. That's gone. You see now? So what you have is, just look at this. What is 3 to the power negative 1? You know, if I just say 3 to the power negative 1, it's what? It's 1 over 3. So here we are simply saying, since it's gone, it's 1 outside there. It's what you have inside here is 1 plus 3 times 1 over 3. See that? All over. You are left with the 2 dot 3 to the power of 2x. And then this is still to the power of 1 over what? 2x. Supposed to finish now. It's taking too long for me now, but I think it is going to be finishing now. So equal to this cancels to get a 1. So here we are going to have 1 plus 1 over 2 dot 3 to the power of 2x, and then 1 over 2x as an exponent there. And then actually, let me just say 1 plus 1. Why can't I make this 2 already? So let me just make this a 2 here to avoid writing lots of stuff. Why? Because I want this thing gone. 2 into 2 is 1. 2 into that, it's 1. I think that. And then, can I finish this? I think I can now. Look at this. So I have equal to, look at this, 1 over 3 to the power of 2x to the power of 1 over 2x. Equal to, how do I take this to the top? It changes from positive to negative, so it will be 3 to the power negative 2x. You see that? Bracket 1 over 2x, which is equal to 3 to the power, okay, which is equal to 3 to the power negative 2x times 1 over 2x. But I don't like the way I'm writing it because these are exponents, so I must say equal to, then I must make my 3 bigger. You know, my 3 must be bigger to show that these are exponents, so that this cancels and that cancels, and I'm left with negative 1. So it's 3 to the power negative 1, and I showed you what is 3 to the power negative 1. It's 1 over 3. So that's the answer there, guys. The answer was 1 over 3. Looks so long, can't even see that, but well, that is it. So let's try it. Choose any value of x. Choose any value of x. Let's say you want x to be because of too much, you can't choose little big numbers, your calculator will give error. Let's choose a small one. Let's say x, let 2 be equal to x. So I'm going to wherever there's an x here, I'll use 2. Let's use a calculator to test that. So wherever there's an x, I'm going to apply 2 and see whether it gives us 1/3. So there we go. No, first that and that. So it's 2 times 9. Remember, x is equal to 2. So 9 to the power of 2 plus 6 times 3 to the exponent. 2x is 2 minus 1. Do you see what I'm just doing? All over. 4 times 81 to the exponent 2. And then I need to close that bracket to the power fraction 1 over 2 times 2. And it gave me what? 1/3. Look at that. I'm getting also 1/3. So that means my answer here is perfectly correct. Where is that? Let's bring it back. There it is. So I can actually have more assurance that I got this thing correct. So guys, it's up to you what you think, but I think you could have done this without a problem. So that is where I'm ending now with this question. How many marks? 15 marks, question 2. Now you need to join me in the next two questions 3 and 4 in video number 2, where I continue looking at some suggested solutions. I think it wasn't really a hard paper, but anyway, there are ways you can guys benefit from this. Look, you can go through these videos, you can do as much as you can. You can also look at the book that I have. I've got a textbook called Mathematics N3 for the Underdogs. It can assist you in going through such problems. That book is on Takealot. You can purchase it at Takealot, so it can assist you. It already comes with the videos. Such videos, there is order. You know, when you go online, you find when you're searching for some different topics, it's difficult to focus your mind because there's a lot of things on YouTube now. There's a lot of workings, a lot of people are posting stuff on YouTube, but these videos are already organized for you to just focus on this curriculum of Mathematics N3. Once you are inside the classroom that I'll log you in, it's called Google Classroom, you will have topic by topic of Mathematics N3 without being distracted. It will flow from module 1 until the end with these previous papers, so it can assist you. So just check it out on Takealot, Mathematics N3 for the Underdogs. I hope it comes handy and it helps you as you prepare for your final exams. Guys, we've come to the end of our lessons. Thank you.